All right, guys. All right. So first and foremost, we're talking about the sweet RBG, died at 84. Supreme Court Justice, a trailblazer, a landmark individual who will go down in history for being one of the most influential people to have ever walked the face of this earth. Her ideas on women's rights, human rights, and just holding the justice system accountable for justice. And this is not me giving her a complete endorsement. There are things that she's descended from and agreed with that I don't agree with and would have descended from. I'm not here to talk about that. The only bad I plan on speaking on this poor sweet lady's name is her decisions in 2015. But let's talk about right now something that she's known for. RBG was known, and I'll be calling her Baby Ruth sometime, and that's not out of disrespect. That's just how I've always known her. Baby Ruth was a trailblazer. And you know the interesting thing about trailblazers is actually one of those canonical traits, like those worker traits. You can be a trailblazer, a woohoo type person. It's a social construct, that title that is given to you for to help other people better assess how to handle you. And as a trailblazer, me and her are both trailblazers. And the only other person I knew that was a trailblazer was a CEO at a job I used to have. And trailblazers are very rare because they're very hard to get along with. They have a certain method. They have a certain ideology. They don't yield to the norms. They create a path that they see fit for themselves. And they won't walk anyone else's path if they don't find them to be worthy. And it's funny because trailblazers' weaknesses are the things that will make you smile as a trailblazer will also make you cry. RBG was a trailblazer, but she was also stubborn. 84 years old. 84 years old. And I haven't found the job or the career that I would want to do for the rest of my life till the day I die, and no questions asked. If I had to pick a job that would like that, it would have to revolve around something that I'm doing right now. It would have to be something that is happening in my life incoherently, like right now. That's what it would have to be. It would have to be something like, I go viral in my podcast and I can live off of my podcast. Benjamin Dixon, role model. Joe Rogan, less weed talk, role model. Bill Burr, less shaming of women, role model. The Weekly Planet, James and Meso, role models, less Australian accent. No, I'm just But I haven't got to that point. So in my mind, and this could be clearly a naivete of me, that I don't know that passion to want to do something, wake up every morning, stretch, crack my back, scratch my balls, and say, yes, I'm about to be out here judging folks on the Supreme Court. I don't know. I haven't experienced that. I haven't found a job that I've just fallen in love and said to myself, this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Shout out to Taufik for interrupting the podcast. But if I did, maybe I would understand this. But for her, there is a such thing as gracefully bowing out. There is a such thing as thinking of the future and not just your legacy. And that's that stubbornness I talk about. And once again, I don't know this lady from the back of a milk carton. But I do know she was asked back in 2015 to step down. I know she had a long history of health issues. More the reason why she should have done it. But this tenacity to want to be the person that incorporates change, this lack of faith in the future, but dependency on the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party The Democratic Party let us down as voters back in 2014, back in 2013, back in 2012. They let us down because they didn't replace Ruth. They didn't force her out. Ruth let us down because she didn't trust the future, but she had faith that the Democratic Party would win in 2016. You fly too close to the sun and you'll lose your wings. RBG was a trailblazer. But as a trailblazer, you have to be comfortable with the things that make you smile will also make you cry. And now, because of her death, generations could be skewed for the rest of our lives. All of her great actions and everything she's ever done could be washed away in a matter of 3 weeks. It is important for you to understand the dynamics of politics. There was a lot of people talking about why she needed to step down. Let's go over some facts. 1, Republicans don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about what they said back in 2016. They had already prepared. You want to know how you know someone doesn't give a damn about your final request? The fact that her dying request was she wants to be replaced by the next president. Hey, Ruth, you had your shot to make an impact. Thanks. We humbly say thank you, but you can't help us now. And you want to know who doesn't care about your last request? Republicans. Mitt Romney was so prepared. He voted against Trump. He voted in effort to impeach Trump. But this is a whole nother ball game. Because let me tell you, before we get back to the impact, let me tell you what Republicans want more than anything. Republicans want the ability to oppress. It's all they've ever wanted. That's all they've ever asked for. And if Republicans can't have power, they can come together for one common goal, which is limiting, hindering, and just all around racist bullshit. Let me explain. People like Tom Cotton, Ted Cruz, the asshole out of Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, want nothing more than to limit your freedoms, keep you dumb, keep you fed, and keep you out of the way of their money. Because informed voters vote Democrat. It's only like it's just that simple. Like no one in the middle class is making enough money for them to say, hey, that 3% boost on my paycheck is definitely going to help out. You're not making enough money for the tax cuts to matter to you. You don't even qualify. Read the fine print. That's the baffling part. The part that I don't understand is how do people not see themselves getting run over by these guys? But, you know, Democrats aren't any better because we didn't have the goals to tell an 80-year-old woman to step down so we can get someone in there appropriately. The Democrats are always a step behind the Republicans, and it's because the Republicans aren't afraid to break the rules. The impact of her coming in leaves it to a 6-3 decision on the Supreme Court, which means the court will be leaning right more than ever. Which means if Roe v. Wade is reintroduced, there's a 6-3 lean for Republican decision. If the presidential vote is to be delayed, or counts or ballots need to be counted that haven't been counted are delayed, and it goes all the way up to the Supreme Court in favor of the Republicans, it's a 6-3 lean. We have a Republican in-house. Any major decision civil rights, affirmative action. All of that goes out the window. They have callously made arguments about how the Civil Rights Act can now go away. The fact that you're thinking about how to get rid of something that helps a group of people is proof that you need it there. The fact that they're itching at the bits to oppress is further proof that Republicans only exist to tell less than people what to do. Tell you what to do with your body. Like, without Ruth on the Supreme Court, women would not be able to manage their finances, decide what to do with their body, know who to marry, and in 14 states, they wouldn't be able to say that their husband raping them is against the law. And if you're hearing that and saying, yeah, that sounds about right, I'm going to take one. Go fuck yourself. You're the problem. You're the cancer. This country is desperately trying to cut out. And it's strange. Republicans do remind me a lot of like cancer, because it's always a small, it's never like, it's just a small batch. It starts off, you find it, you cut one out, you vote one out, then two more pop up. And they are a minority with the majority of power in this country, and it's baffling to me. And it's just because, Democrats aren't activated. And it's hard to be activated when your team keeps letting you down. When your team is literally the Clippers this year, why would you want to be active? Why would you want to take charge? Who's the trash bag football team right now? I guess their season just started, so we won't know. I can't make fun of the Cowboys because I heard they won with some late game theatrics. So that's the problem. But the issue is, or rather, the question now becomes, what do you do? Like, what do we do? What do we have? Let's look at the field. The Senate votes on Supreme Court justices. And I don't know the name of the two women he's referencing, but both of them have been referenced in the past. And I'm going to talk about the white one, not the Hispanic one or the Puerto Rican one. But the white one, she literally is okay with women answering to men. Like, he's putting in a woman to put off the facade that it's not a bunch of white men making a decision about a country. There's a white woman, too, who believes white men should run the world. She's that type of person. She's part of a Catholic group that, by other Catholic standards, has been called a cult. When I put this video out for like video edit, I'll put it up there. But it's crazy. It's crazy that we even have to have this discussion, this conversation about how this lady is not qualified, but she's going to get in, because we need 4 people, I believe. 4 or 5 people. Well, 4 people. No, we need 5, because we need 4 to come over from the Republican side, 4 or 3 to come over from the Republican side, but to make it even. But we actually need a 5th person or a 4th person, so that because if it's a tiebreaker, it goes to the vice president, and therein lies the problem. He's going to vote for Trump, because little Mike Pence can't wait to bring back gay conversion shock therapy. Look it up. So we need 5, but we have a problem where we have Democrats saying this is okay. And remember now, there's already been hundreds of posts about it, about how the Democrats had long ago had this issue when the lame duck precedent was happening back in 2016, where Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham, Ted Cruz, and a host of other prominent Republicans all said that the incumbent president should go through an election and let that election decide who the Supreme Court justice is in their last year. We all heard it. But they've already changed the script. Their excuse now is back then it was a Democratic president running against a Senate House, a Republican Senate. But this year, it's a Republican president and a Republican Senate. Do you guys now see why it's so important to vote small? The Congress people we put in, congressmen and women we put in, are just as important as the president. The legislators are just as important as the president. More important, because Donald Trump doesn't affect my life. The things that he does to the Supreme Court, now that's a game changer. But the Republicans have now come out and just said no. And just some of the people who you just knew. We have a Democratic lady. I don't know where she's from, but I'm surprised they haven't put her off yet. Like, what? I can't wait till her come in. Like, these people are crazy. And I say it all the time. Republicans cannot be bullied. They are tough SOBs. I'll give them that. They fight dirty, but they get the job done. Democrats are just pushovers, man. The letter of the law. Let's think about the rules. They are so weak on principled things because this was a rule created by the Republicans that they are now using to hinder us. And to top it all off, to put it into perspective, there are things that we can do because as it stands now, there's nothing we can do to stop them. Like the filibusters, timing. Normally it could take 70 days. The lowest was 43 days. And they'll still have time after the election. About 30 extra days after the election. So there's no real way we can stop them. Just be prepared for them to take it. But let's talk about, okay, we've lost. But do we still have hope? Fuck yeah. What are we going to do? Here's the plan. Democrats, go out and vote. And when we win, we add 2 more people. We can add people to this Supreme Court. We can add 2 more people to the Supreme Court. And we can also win the Senate within 4 years and throw out filibusters and just pack the courts. The problem with that is we have to get out and vote. And right now, things are a little bit too close for people to be feeling confident. Right now, things are a little bit too close for me as a Democrat to feel confident. I got a call today from Kelly from the Nebraska Democrats asking me, can Joe Biden count on my vote November 3rd? I don't know. Can Joe Biden abolish ICE, legalize weed on a federal level, and expunge all prior drug records? Can Joe Biden guarantee me health care? She was only able to answer 2 out of 3 questions. I said maybe I'll vote 2 out of 3 for Joe Biden. How do you like that? Needless to say, that person didn't get a text back. Stop calling on us for your help if you're not going to help us. I'm not voting Democrat because I want my drug record abolished. I don't have one. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm not voting on Republicans because because I have family stuck in ICE. All my people fly here first class due to scholarship in college at Stanford and so on and so forth. We're set. Healthcare. I work in healthcare. All my surgeries are free. All my medicine is free. I get them out of a cabinet. I don't go to doctors. I work with them. I'm voting for Joe Biden because Joe Biden's decision-making skills will affect people less than me. It's called doing something for someone else. It's called doing the greater good. Because a lot of people like to use negative connotations. The lesser of 2 evils are 2 evils. Shut the fuck up. If you don't want to vote for the lesser of 2 evils, vote for the better of 2 goods. Dumbass. RBG was a trailblazer. And one of the failing traits of trailblazers is the thing that will make you smile can also make you cry. RBG, thank you for your service. I didn't know anything personal about you past the little CNN special you did. But what I will say is, you died doing exactly what you love. And as a 32-year-old man still searching for the thing I love to do, and hopefully that thing I love to do will get me paid, I can't help but look at you and it just kind of smile with admiration. Because if your bullheadedness was strong enough, your conviction was daring enough for you to be battling cancer, making decisions on the Supreme Court, and literally counting your days of survival to maintain the sanctity of this country, well, no one can deny that you weren't a hero. And no one will deny that you did the best you could. But I think the thing that people will deny you is that you didn't trust the future. And the future you did trust let you down. But that's okay. This is an episode. This is the Identity Booth. Thank you guys so much for watching. I don't have anyone to booth. I was the only one in chat, and I have one person on Twitch. Shout out to that one person on Twitch. Do I have anyone on Facebook? Let's see. Nope. I have one person. I put up a bunch of links inside the Twitch chat. Inside the chat, all my identifiers. One for my comic book page, one for the most recent podcast that came out on Monday, and register to vote. Today's National Vote Day, 9/22/2020. Still got one booth boss, Titan King. Shout out to you. We're on a mission. 300 subscribers on YouTube. We're also on a mission on Twitch. Let me find my Twitch real quick. Show for 2. Yeah. Twitch, 4 out of 10. We're trying to get there. Help us out. But for what it's worth, what is this on my screen? I have a host of things coming up for us, which is a video on Thursday, another podcast on Thursday. It's an old video from back in the day. And my boy Jay, 1833, I believe, 1838. Jay will put his Twitch handle in here whenever he sees this. But check him out. We play Call of Duty together. But it's about religion, and maybe me and Eric will do another video about religion, because me as a person who doesn't really believe in the whole I don't believe in religion. I think that there's a higher power, but I'm not too concerned about that higher power, seeing as how he's not really concerned about us. But the whole religion thing is just for psychopaths, in my opinion. But like, Eric is a devout Christian, and I respect other people's religion. Like, just because I don't believe doesn't mean like I discount it. I'll show up to your Christmas parties and Barakade Sala and, you know, Buddhists rub the belly and everything. Like, it's cool. But it's the people who take it too damn serious that really scare me. So maybe me and Eric will talk about that on Thursday. That's when I'm off. That tomorrow's Wednesday. I'm on call tomorrow. So maybe me and Eric will do an episode about that. You know, just a proper podcast. I don't think we'll probably go live on that one, but we'll see. Ever since I've started going live, our numbers have been going up a lot lately. So I'm always grateful for that. But, you know, I'm never satisfied, and that's part of the reason why you guys are here, because I'm never satisfied. So I appreciate you guys kicking it with me. Like, I can't wait for the days when I come back and look at some of these videos and just are like, wow, I was really out here talking for a whole hour to 2 people. But, you know, that is the goal, to develop yourself and put yourself on a serious level, serious note. Like, put yourself in the rankings. You know, I got 5 brothers and sisters, or 4 brothers and sisters. And, you know, it's only 2 people in there. Maybe one of the 2 of the 4 are watching. But, you know, this isn't for everybody. And sometimes you just got to get your message out there. Sometimes you have to sacrifice to get your message out there, and I'm okay with that sacrifice. I'm okay with taking those uncomfortable steps to put myself in a position where I'm gonna be like set. So with all that being said, and everything that's going on in the world, please take care of yourself. 200,000 people are dead from the coronavirus officially. Put on your mask. No one cares about your discomfort. Tell it to the grave. Get out there and vote. Take care of yourself, guys.